Hey y'all, I got Hoppy Little Thing from Sierra Nevada. I think this is mostly just available in their Little Thing IPA pack. I think this is the newest one. It's 5%, and it was canned less than a month ago. I actually got this at Costco. The packaging date was April 7th. It's the case, it was like a 24 case, said assorted 427. So I was like, whoa, is this actually like a week old Sierra Nevada? And I was like, I knew that it wasn't going to actually be a week old. But if you can get it less than a month old, that is good enough for me. So this one uses Cascade, Citra, Eldorado, and Simcoe hops. Use some oats and wheat. And they listed the IBUs as 12, which, like, I don't think any IPA is ever actually that low in IBUs. It's kind of impossible. Yeah, people have learned that when you brew a beer and even if you only do dry hopping, you get bitterness from the hops from the dry hopping. The old-fashioned way is to measure the bitterness only about like how long you boil the hops, yeah, so that means that however they make this beer, maybe they don't use any boil hops, or they only use a teeny bit of boil hops, and most are later. I don't know. They didn't say. But let's just get into it. Doesn't look that hazy, but I don't really mind. Wasn't expecting it. And some of the Sierra Nevada little things have been pretty good. The dank little thing is probably my favorite, which came as part of this pack. But that one says it has natural flavors. This just says ale, 5% alcohol. Contains malted barley. So no flavorings or anything in here. And I guess if they add flavorings to it, it makes it good, whatever. But I mean, it's kind of weird when they don't tell you. So there we are. It's got some haze to it. But I'm hoping it's sort of a nice, refreshing, lightish IPA. I guess it's 5%. And head doesn't look so great. This glass is not perfectly clean. The dishwasher did not do its job. Ooh, but I'm liking that. That smells... I'm really enjoying the kind of slightly more old school, like citrusy, grassy thing. The Cascade and Crystal are throwing that. I guess Simcoe kind of too. El Dorado is definitely bringing in some like Fruit Loop stuff. And it's not too yeasty. So it doesn't smell like all candy and stuff. There's a little bit of a toasty grain, but it's quite Fruit Loopsy. Like the graininess and the El Dorado mixed together to make it smell a lot like fruity breakfast cereal. Yeah, it smells very fresh. Has a surprisingly big aroma. It smells really nice. It's very hop forward. Yeah, very little bitterness. There could be some more oomph in the flavor. Maybe the bitterness will build up. And the finish, it's just fruity pebbles, Fruit Loops. Cool. I doubt there's any sediment in there. It doesn't really look like it. And I guess the head's okay, sticking around okay. But there's some big bubbles in there that are going to pop and deflate soon. And yep, no chunks or anything, just a light haze. But wow, that's very Fruit Loopy. I've always said that Fiddlehead IPA was kind of Fruit Loops, but also it's pretty dank too. This one is not very dank. And like, why do they not call this a pale ale? Who knows? Maybe just saying hazy IPA is a better selling point. And I guess the whole Little Thing series, they haven't actually, and all the Little Things have not been IPAs. They used to have a sour one and a citrus wheat one. I guess they didn't sell very well. IPA is still king. They gotta have those three letters there. And we got this very cold, and I think that's the best way to drink it. The wheat is adding to a little bit to the sort of wet finish, and I don't mean exactly the opposite of dry, but sort of not dry. I don't know how I feel about it. I guess it's fine. But it has some, a little bit of this mass-produced stressed. Maybe it's a stress yeast thing in the finish. Maybe it's just the Sierra Nevada yeast. Maybe they use a different yeast for their hazy IPAs. I'm not totally sure. I know that for tropical little thing, I think they use a thiolized special yeast. But for this, I don't know. But not bad for like, I guess the 24 pack was $30, so a little over $1 a beer. Definitely worth it for this one, but I wouldn't give it much more than a 4, probably. Especially because you're probably going to find this, most people are going to be buying this when it's 3 months old or something, and not in the shape it is now, probably, but whatever. But that's it.